Okay, so this is a huge topic everybody wants to know. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to become a pro sports bettor. I'm going to give you 3 tips that's going to help you guide your way to becoming a pro sports bettor. It's not going to get you fully there because getting there takes a lot of practice, but these are 3 things that people just don't realize that is required to become a professional sports bettor. Everybody's trying to do it by following the last guy. And granted, when you are getting into sports betting, you're actually very young, most likely male, and you probably start at the age of maybe someone like me, 14, 15, and you are sports betting all the way through to your 20s, and n- know you may easily not have figured it out because it's not something that the guy next to you who's sports betting next to you also hasn't figured out, and the other guy at the bar hasn't figured out as well. And so if you keep looking at these guys or looking at your buddies that is also sports betting, maybe they hit it sometimes, those are not the guys that you want to follow when it comes to trying to become a pro sports bettor. And so I'm gonna start by sharing 3 tips that can help you get there. Okay, and number one to help you become a professional sports bettor is grow slow, and that means you know part of growing slow is no parlays. I'll just put it there because I've said it so many times, and everybody, especially when you're younger, why do you play a parlay? Because it's your ticket. It's your huge ticket to winning big, and people think that's what's gonna make them happy, or it's gonna make them really good at sports betting, but it's not. It's really just like parlay, especially when you're doing 5 teams, 17, $15 to win $10,000. Like, yeah, some guys hit it. I mean, are you going to be that guy? Maybe, but you know what will happen? You'll still keep losing that money back down the line. And that's fine. If that's what you want because it's just for entertainment, then great, keep it as entertainment. But, for me, I kept it as entertainment in those younger years, but I decided to take it seriously because I got a career. I did all that stuff, but while I was working that job, I was still interested in sports betting because what better way to just chill out, make money on sports, right? It's the best. So, number one tip: grow slow. That means no parlays. That's also means betting smaller because your bankroll is probably not that high. So that's gonna be like straight bets. If you have a bankroll of $1,000 only, limited to specifically $1,000, let's say you put it in your betting account, $1,000, you know, and if you bet $100 per game, you're gonna run through that real quick. So if you want to keep that thousand running, constantly running while you learn the game, you can bet $10. And if when somebody wins, like does a $10, $20 bet, and it's just maybe not as exciting, and so that's why we play parlays. But it's not. I mean, if you're trying to become a pro, you're learning discipline, you're learning a system, you're learning the game, you're learning things. It's not really, you're not going to make all this money with $10 and $20, right? And that's why we throw in parlays. But it depends on what your goals are, right? So if you want to hit that pro status, you got to play with discipline, and betting small will teach you that. And then another tip with that is like uh, being sports specific. So like let's say you are really good at NBA. So focus on NBA or focus on college basketball if that's your thing. You're really good at that, and then when that season's over, you might need to take a break. And you can start practicing or learning other sports, but if that's not your money maker, if that's not what then don't kill your bankroll because of that. But that takes me to tip number two, and it's networking. Grow your network when it comes to trying to become a professional sports bettor. Why? So first of all, if you are good at basketball and there's another guy who's good at football, you can basically piggyback off of him. You work together as a team, and he does the football, you do the basketball, and that's how you work together as a team. Now you can keep making money in the basketball season and in the football season. You guys are trusted to do your own thing, and that only can happen if you network with other professional sports gamblers. And what I know is from all these pros, everybody specializes in their own thing. Like sometimes they could be multiple sports, right? But some guys is like specialized in quarters, some guys is specialized in team totals, some guys is specialized in just regular totals, right? And so and some guys are specialized in props, and actually a lot of guys are specialized in props. Those are some of the easiest things, and that's why those are limited. But grow your network. You will also learn from them. And so to grow your network, you probably have to join some groups. One group we have is Better Culture. You can join us. We have some professionals there giving out tips and advice. It's a Discord chat, so you can join that. I'll put the link the notes in the below. And then tip number three is understanding betting and numbers. This is like something that nobody actually does when they are, just playing around in sports betting and not trying to get serious. Um, like when it comes to blackjack, you've heard of counting cards, or um, uh, and in blackjack, let's use that example. Blackjack, you're counting cards, and when you're counting cards, you are betting a certain amount when the cards are in your favor. And if you don't understand that, let's say you're just a casual blackjack player, you will never, if you don't understand that, it's very difficult to win even if you don't count cards. Because I did this the other day. I don't count cards, and the shoe was just like bad the whole way. Like, and we were getting to the end of the shoe, and this, like, the dealer was killing, and then I just didn't understand it. But what I know is that, from card counters, they raise the stakes and bet more hands when the cards are in their favor. The fact that we were all losing at the table, it kind of signaled to me that, this deck should go in our favor. So I started betting big, and boom, I won. And so that's an understanding of numbers and of the game itself. And there's also an aspect of that when it comes to sports gambling, and some of that is called variance. And because a lot of people will quit when they lost a lot, but you know what? It's gonna come back. And these are things that you have to know. That is just really about gambling itself, right? Variance. You got to understand win percentages, stuff like that, and you got to really dive more deep into understanding statistics and numbers when it comes to sports betting, especially when you're just looking at spreads and all those kind of things. Most people just think it's just a random number, or that was given out, and then the number changed a little bit, and ooh, it's like it went from -5 to -6. Should I still take it? And it's not there. There's a time when it's like, even if it's -5.5, and then you shouldn't take it anymore, right? And it's all based on, like, just looking at numbers. So understanding that part itself is another whole other thing. And so that's something that you'd want to learn when it comes to trying to become a professional sports gambler. So these are three things that that you can try and start looking into and moving towards if you're trying to become a professional sports gambler. If you're not, then enjoy, have fun, and most people want to keep it light and fun, but I quite enjoy living off sports gambling. So if you want to as well, then follow these tips. All right, guys, thank you for following, and please subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more content, more videos just like this, and good luck in the books.